So today, in honor of Earth Day, I want to talk a little bit about how being a chronic illness warrior supports a zero waste or less waste lifestyle and things that you can do to help make a greener and cleaner planet, and some things I've learned along the way. So I've always tried to live less wasteful. Every year I learn a little bit more. Every day I try a few new things, and it becomes easier and easier over time, step by step. And I have a couple other videos sharing some of my favorite tips or tools that I utilize personally and that I really like. But today I wanted to share a little bit how, as a chronic illness warrior, there are specific things you can do to support that. So the first thing that I want to share is, it's pretty standard, but as someone with a chronic illness, it takes a lot of energy to go out and purchase new things, to go shopping, to go to stores, to try things on, to look through products. And so a really easy waste less and less waste approach to that as someone with a chronic illness is to not purchase new, not to go to stores, not to go to malls, not to go to the big chains, because first of all, it's producing more and more new things into the world instead of reutilizing the things that are already here. And it also robs us of energy because these big places have these sterile lights, they're overstimulating, there's too many people, it's really crowded. And so it doesn't support your spoons and it doesn't support the earth. So not purchasing new is a first great starting point. So buying secondhand, either clothing or houseware or objects that you need, if you need something specific, supporting a local secondhand store or a small business is a much more intimate experience, as well as less exacerbating. You also do it a lot less because there's not as many things you realize that you need. So supporting secondhand and not purchasing at the bigger businesses helps you save spoons. So another way to use less energy for yourself and for the earth is to not utilize your lights at home as much as possible. Turning them off throughout the day. I do not use lights at all at home. I have all windows open to get natural light in, and then in the evenings I try to utilize pink salt lamps, which don't take as much energy, and candles. I have battery operated candles that I'll reuse and get new or recharge the batteries, or just regular candles. I'm a big fan of that. It's better for you energetically and it's better for the earth energetically. So again, win-win for everybody. Another component is recycling. So as someone with a chronic illness, as much as I try to live zero waste, I'm creating a lot of plastic waste regularly, no matter what I do, because of the prescriptions that my pills come in. And for now, my body needs them, and these are my life-saving steroids, so I have to have them. And so I will continue to have these little plastic bottles every month. And so there's a couple different things you can do. One is, if you have small children, these are really great recyclables for storing things like little treasures or little trinkets, or creating different things out of them. So literally reusing it to make it something new. You don't have to be a small child to do those things. You can also do that on your own. Another alternative is, there is this really cool organization called tickedofffoundation.org. I don't have it all memorized, but if you go to that website, it has a list of the things that they will take, and they will actually take, I know they take their very specific rules for it, but they will take specific prescription bottles, vitamin bottles, even toothpaste products like Burt's Bees products, Tom's products, even some electronics they'll take. There are specific weight on how much you need before you can send it. But if you have a certain amount, then they will send you labeling, and then it is free for you to ship it to them. And then all that money that they recycle, that they make from recycling all those things, goes towards preventing Lyme disease and the organization to help navigate Lyme disease. And so I have this really massive, fun collection of all my medication bottles so that way I can send it out. And if you don't think that you can gather the right amount, I think it's like 11 pounds that you need, you can work together with people from work or people in your community or friends and family to also store those things, so that way you can help recycle all these things that you're getting every month, and you can help others around the world with chronic illness or with chronic Lyme. Another really great thing is to support your fellow chronic illness warrior. There's a lot of spoonies out there with small businesses that they're creating, making things at home, and to support them is so beautiful and so beneficial, because it's a small business, it's another person who is trying to navigate this world in a less wasteful way, and we can all work together for that. So I think those are my things as a chronic illness warrior. It's really kind of amazing how, when you think about it, the things that, like going out and shopping or spending lots of money and doing all these things, are really spending your spoons, and they're not super beneficial for Mother Nature. So when we can conserve our spoons and take care of the earth and go outside and rest in the grass in a relaxing manner versus going out and spending our money and creating more waste, we are in return taking better care of ourselves and the earth at the same time. So please share some other tips that you have as a chronic illness warrior, or as someone who's just navigating a zero waste lifestyle, and more tips that you can share. And if you are interested in learning more about a zero waste lifestyle, it is really a lot easier than you would think. And like I mentioned before, I have a couple other videos with some of my favorite resources and products that I utilize and have loved, and in return not had to buy all these new wasteful things in years. So yeah, I think that's what I want to share today.